Good afternoon all. Today we will be doing the experiment on the study of klystron characteristics, wherein we would be trying to see the transformed waveform through the klystron being represented on CRO. Let's start with the brief on the equipments being used or the devices being used. We have a klystron power supply. Initially we should keep it in off mode. There are 4 functions available which need to be selected as per the waveform to be displayed. One is AM, FM, CW and external input. We are not using any external input. We will be stressing our experiment on AM and FM. Other knobs are repeller voltage, beam voltage, and these are the 2 functions for FM, another 2 functions for AM. Both includes amplitude and frequency. Then we have a display selection switch where we can check out the readings for voltage, current of the beam signal being applied to the anode of the klystron, and then we have the repeller voltage which can be seen through the meter over here on the KPS. That is also applied on the other side of the klystron tube. Then we have the actual setup of micro test bench. Starting from the extreme ends, we have the plungers wherein we need to tune as per the requirement of optimum transmission. Then we have a klystron tube mounted on a setup. Next, come forward please. Next we have a isolator. This allows the signal to pass on in front direction or the left to right direction only. No backward signal transmission is possible through this isolator. Then we have a frequency meter to check in the frequency at which we are getting the dip. There is a variable attenuator. It has to be kept in the zero attenuation position since we are trying to check the full complete signal being transformed along with the impedance matching of the signal at different points. This is the detector mount where we have a probe connected to check the waveform on the CRO, or the same can be connected to the VSWR meter to check in the actual 0 dB point wherein the frequency shall be calculated. Now we shall switch on the KPS, and one more point, the fan has to be always kept in running mode since the klystron, if heated by it, may burst out or even it may short out and not work as per requirement. Now we shall switch on the KPS supply. Before that, the positions to be demarcated are, except your repeller, all nodes should be in 0 position moving anti-clockwise, and your repeller should be in the maximum position depicting maximum reflection. And other FM and AM signals can be optimized in the middle position till we want to tune for respective AM signal or FM signal transformed on the CRO. Now let's start with the experiment. We will keep the beam voltage up to 300. We will select the knob display select switch to V position. This suggests that we can move on to 300 volts. Okay, and the corresponding current shall be myriad, that is being available through the klystron power supply when the beam voltage is applied to the anode cavity of the klystron. It's around 13 milliamps. And we can check out the corresponding current at the detector mount. To check the AM, we shall decrease the repeller voltage slowly and place the repeller selector switch as such and checking the negative voltage as displayed on the KPS, wherein we would be checking the actual waveform being transformed on the detector mount. The probe is connected over here. We can check that a AM signal is being transformed into a scale wave. Why we are getting a scale wave? There is a definite reason for it. Since an amplitude modulated signal has a upper sideband as well as a lower sideband. For a typical DC input being given and the corresponding signal being reflected, for the upper sideband we get a constant voltage of 0.2 volts unit as being reflected on the CRO as well, and for the lower sideband it is the down voltage. So if we want to check in the output for FM, we shall switch the function select switch to FM mode. Now the output in this case shall be a sawtooth wave as shown. This has the same reasoning why we are getting sawtooth wave. The peaks and the corresponding decay in frequency corresponding to the maximum frequency and minimum frequency of a FM signal. The concept within the same will remain how to calculate the current as well as the corresponding frequency for a given repeller voltage. This repeller voltage is negative in nature, since the cathode over which the repeller voltage is applied will repel the electrons back towards the cathode of the klystron tube, and once the bunches are formed through velocity modulation, the output through the cavity resonator is checked, and that will give you the power. The corresponding waveforms that can be drawn are as such. Different modes will be available for 1 plus 3/4 quarter. This is your first mode, second mode, third mode, fourth mode. As we can see, the same display over the CRO as well. If I change the repeller voltage, you can see we are getting the transformed signals on different repeller voltage. You can visualize the modes, and when the signal is optimum enough, we are getting the maximum output, and we can even check the dip across the VSWR meter to sustain and evaluate that this is the rightful frequency to be checked. We will switch over the probe from CRO to VSWR meter. We are just changing the repeller voltage. As you can see, we have got the 0 dB point almost. This suggests that no wave is getting reflected back, and we shall again check the waveform corresponding to this. We are again getting the sawtooth wave. And again we can check the different modes. So a triangular wave can be seen, or a sawtooth wave. So decrease in the current, sharp decline in the current being received at the detector mount. Corresponding to this, now we shall check out the dip in the waveform as we tune through the frequency meter. We will place the frequency meter to extreme position and slowly move around rotate the frequency meter. You can check out the change. This change suggests that at this level we can identify the frequency for which the klystron is getting resonated. There is a change. This suggests the dip in frequency. Now we can check out the typical frequency at which it is occurring at the intersection of the two horizontal lines and one vertical line. The frequency is coming out to be 9.435 gigahertz. So this is the frequency being checked out through this experiment being set it up for understanding the klystron characteristics, and it can be adjusted further This is the purest waveform available for AM, amplitude modulated signal. If we want to check out what's the current available at this point of time at the detector, that can also be calculated. Since the range of the current in this case is up to 2 millimeter, we shall select the selector switch to this point. We shall be measuring the DC current available over here. As you can check out, the current over here is 0.315 milliamps. We can note down this reading corresponding to the frequency measured, and once multiple readings of such nature are taken, we can check out with the decreasing current the frequency is increasing, or the other one, for increasing frequency the current decreases. So this is all about the characteristics of klystron oscillator. So due to the application of klystron as its basic characteristics, we can check out its applications are as a microwave energy source, as well as amplifier and a oscillator even. Since the resonating frequency corresponding to the maximum output across the anode cavity, we can measure and suggest that at particular this frequency your klystron is working, or we can have an output corresponding to the same measured frequency for maximum output being generated through the anode cavity. Thank you all.